Today we are at Menards in Massillon, Ohio. It is the coldies out here. I love the flags on the top of this building. We do need a little snow. That is much better because we are about to go into this Menards and look at all the Christmas goodness that they're offering for 2025. Oh yeah, I already see an awesome, super tall Christmas tree right there. And on the right side we have the poinsettias, and these are real poinsettias. We were in the Michaels store yesterday, and they had fake ones, but these are definitely real. These are the kinds that I pick up to put in front of my fireplace or at the side of my fireplace right after I set up my Christmas tree. It always brings an awesome looking accessory to the living room. And let's just take a quick look at this tree here. 12-foot LED pre-lit Nordic fir. That is one tall drink of eggnog. I wish I had ceilings in my house tall enough for a tree that big. Okay, in my experience, if we come down to this aisle right here and then head straight over across the store, the Christmas is right in front of us. Yeah, here we go. We got a bunch of inflatables over here. Back behind them is where all the Christmas trees are. You can see everything lit up back there. And then over here, they always have the holiday inflatables up on this big shelf here, at least for you to look at. And then they usually have them in boxes somewhere around here for you to buy. So let's look at these first. This is funny. Look at this. It's an 8-foot Elf Village shoe inflatable. So it's like the old woman who lived in the shoe, only it's the elves who live in the shoe. The shoe is the house, and then there are two elves connected to it. I don't think I get the shoe reference, though. Like, I know there's the story of the cobbler and the elves that fix the shoes, and then there's the story of the elves who make the Keebler cookies, but they live in a tree. I don't think I've ever heard of elves who actually live in a shoe. All right, next up is this one that my granddaughter would absolutely love. It's the 7-foot 6-inch bluey Christmas inflatable family. Check that out. That is very cool. I'm gonna have to see if she already has that. That might be heading her way. And then on the end of this one, we have this inflatable Christmas tree that's actually called Rainbow Wave Inflatable. And I believe that's because, like, the snow is the waves, and then of course the ornaments are the rainbow colors. Let's move on and come on over here. Look at this. We have a 4-foot German Shepherd Pupster Christmas inflatable. An 8-foot gingerbread house inflatable. I'm gonna have to back up to another aisle to show you this in full. Look at the spinning cinnamon disc. There you go, standing in this other aisle over here, you can see the whole thing in the frame. I don't know why I call those something different every time I see them. I think it's actually a peppermint disc is what it's called. But I just called it a cinnamon disc, and I've called it a peppermint twirl. I don't know, you guys tell me what it is. I do love it though. I love this inflatable. I love how that disc is spinning. I think that's such a cool addition. We've got the little gingerbread snowman, the gingerbread man. There's a gift down there. Very cool. And then look beside him. We're looking at the boots of a 20-foot inflatable Santa. I think the one that I have looks very, very, very similar to that one. I know the one that I have is waving, but I don't recall the gold. I don't think the one that I have has gold on it. Yeah, if I come further back here, you can see better. He has gold-framed glasses on. Mine definitely does not have that. Back this far, he looks tiny, but let me come up here and just show you. He is anything but tiny. These right here are just the feet. What the heck, Santa? And then he goes all the way up there. This one is cool over here. It's the inflatable Charlie Brown Peanuts Christmas pageant. It's basically in the theme of the nativity scene. You can see we got Charlie Brown and Lucy up there, and then we have Snoopy, and Woodstock is sitting in the hay where baby Jesus would be. What in the heck? Is that awesome or is it sacrilegious? Is it joyful or is it evil in disguise? Oh my gosh, guys, this is a complete Christmas wonderland back here. We're going over there in a minute. But first we have the 4.5-foot Snoopy on decorated doghouse inflatable. Check that out. That is totally awesome. I grew up watching the Peanuts, and this is one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life. And then, of course, on the end here, we have the 7-foot snowman inflatable. And here are all the boxes down here, like I was saying. This is where you'd pick them up if you actually want to buy them. Oh my gosh, I see a Grinch over here, and I think he's an animatronic. But let's finish our time over here first. We have a lot to look at. So first off, we have a 12-foot LED snowmobile inflatable. That is awesome. And look beside it, guys. We have the truck with a tree on top. The red truck, tree on top, Santa poking out, 20-foot snowman down here, 20-foot nutcracker, 6-foot rocking horse. Look at this. We have a 10-foot tree farm archway. That is really cool. Santa sitting on top. There's a 6-foot LED snowman trio. Santa on a forklift. What the heck? Look at that one. Oh, these are cool on the bottom. Look at this. A 20-foot LED elf inflatable. That's awesome. And like I showed you guys, these 20-footers are this guy right here. They are huge. There's the 20-foot Santa right beside him. And look at this. A 20-foot colossal Yeti, which is basically Bumble from the Rudolph show. 6-foot pickleball Santa. We got a moose beside him. Santa playing a saxophone. 20-foot colossal reindeer. Man, they got a lot of 20-footers in here. We've got a snowboard elf, a 10-foot Christmas character stack. Let's take a closer look at that one. We got Santa on the bottom, a snowman, and then a penguin with a star on the top. 11.5-foot inflatable Grinch on the bottom there. The Grinch inflatables are always funny to me because years ago when the Grinch movie came out with Jim Carrey, there were inflatable Grinches put out, and until they started bringing them back commercially just a few years ago, they were so difficult to get that they were like $300, $400, $500 a piece on eBay. But now you can pretty much walk in anywhere at Christmas and get a Grinch inflatable. Look at this. It's a 9-foot, 10-inch Yeti Penguins ice slide. That is hilarious. The Yeti is holding up the slide and the penguins are sliding down. Here's another character stack down here, 9 foot 10 inches. You got Santa, a reindeer, and a snowman. Then beside that we have vintage Santa on the sleigh. That one is really cool, a bag of toys behind him. We have a 12-foot inflatable gingerbread man. Of course we have a 12-foot inflatable snowman. And if you look at the Merry Christmas ornament he's holding, it looks like it has like those lights that make it look like it's snowing in there. I think that's all of them on this side here. There's a ton of them over here on the front. And these, it looks like all of these are 4-footers here. We've got the 4-foot gingerbread man. We've got a little deer. A Christmas owl. Oh my gosh, I love that guy. Whoo! Look, we got a snowman here. We've got a girl elf, a Santa with a candy cane, a penguin wearing antlers, a toy soldier, a boy elf with a present. And look at this one on the end here, a 4-foot Yeti. I love this so much. He's getting Yeti for Christmas. Look at this one. I thought it was a snail at first. It's a camel. And then on the bottom here we have another reindeer who's like resting, and a Santa in pajamas. That's hilarious. I gotta try to find some pajamas like that. Oh, and I missed the gnome as well. My favorite is definitely the little Yeti fellow here. Okay, we have more on this side here. We'll start with the Bluey family, which we already looked at. He's blown up on the top shelf there. We have a Grinch in a helicopter down here. That's a 10-foot helicopter. Whoville delivery service. 6-foot snowman with googly eyes. Does he shiver? Yes, he has the shivering effect. 9-foot Santa's reindeer barn. That is awesome. I love that. 9-foot LED ornament arch. You can actually set that up and walk through it. 6.9-foot LED dogs on a sled on this one. That's funny. Oh, look, they have the octopus. Yes, I love this octopus. If you didn't watch the at-home video, they actually have this one set up in the store there, and we do a complete overview of him because he's so cool. 7-foot speedboat Santa, that's cool. Inflatable snowman here, we saw that guy, and then I really like this one here, the campfire s'mores. Oh my gosh, look, they actually have the 15-foot dinosaur too. That one is also at the at-home store set up, so you can go over to that video and see that guy set up. And then we have even more on this end here. It looks like the top row is all the 4-footers that we already saw, but they do have a couple of them here. Paw Patrol Sky. We have a Stitch down here. Paw Patrol Chase. A Bingo. A Bluey over here. Look at this, on the bottom, we have a Triceratop inflatable. That's awesome. And then we have Santa with the street signs. Santa's workshop elf with a bag of toys. Snoopy in his awesome red coat. And then this one is one of my favorites I've seen this season. Santa floating on a rubber duck. I think that's hilarious. I just want to quickly spy on what's up on this top shelf here. I think that we have seen all of these in the boxes. Oh, there's a gigantic gingerbread man right there. That guy's huge. The rest of them are pretty small, but at the end of this aisle, we do have a couple of them here. And this one is totally awesome. It's the Grinch helicopter, the Whoville delivery service. I think that is hilarious. We got the little Max up there on top of the presents. I love how the propellers are moving. And then we have the inflatable rocking horse right here. Okay, hold on. They got these things all over the place. Yeah, these up here are basically a lot more of the 4-footers that we saw in the boxes over there. Oh my gosh, all of this stuff is so cool. The little village stuff. Now, this is by a brand called Enchanted Forest, which I thought all their stuff was Max. Maybe they have some kind of relation, I just don't know. Oh my gosh, there is just so much of it, guys. I might even make looking at these things a separate video because there's so much. Of course, they have all the gift wrapping boxes and papers and gift wrap and bows and everything you could need to wrap your presents. A lot of stuff over here. I want to show you the stockings and that. And look at how many little dancer animatronics they have here. Oh my gosh. We're going to come back and take a look at these in just a minute too. But right now, I am just dying to get back here to the Enchanted Forest. Oh, there it is. Yeah, look at this. This entire area back here is just sparkling and twinkling and all lit up with Christmas trees and all kinds of stuff over here. We're going in there. As you can see, there's like typical Christmas decor over here. Oh my gosh, the Highland cows. Look at this. These are hilarious. Look at these little scruffy fellows. That's what the sign should say, not Highland cows, but scruffy Christmas fellows. Anyway, still out here, tons of ornaments of different sizes and shapes and colors, and maybe we'll look at some of those in a minute as well, but let's go in to the Enchanted Forest. Look at this place. Oh my gosh, Menards does it right. Okay, here we go. Let's go through the archway first, and look at this archway. It's an 8-foot lighted archway that looks like candy canes. This is so awesome. It actually almost looks like the McDonald's Golden Arches, too. I'm a hungry boy. Give me a triple cheeseburger. Anyway, oh my gosh, I crack me up. And as soon as I start thinking about food, I see things like this. The delicious Andes mints. Oh my gosh. I could just buy this whole thing and take it home and hide it from my wife. She never has to know. Oh, those are delicious, too. The peppermint crunch. Oh. Okay, let's get away from the candy. I love this tree. Look at this. It's called the Pre-Lit Whimsical Tree, and it has an arch on top with one ornament. That is so cool. I love it. Oh, look, we even have the animated Grinch sleigh down here with the Grinch going up and down decorating the tree. Okay, let's just take a slow walk through this beautiful enchanted Christmas tree forest. This is so awesome. I love when the stores set it up like this, where you can actually just walk through and just experience all the Christmas trees and the lights and everything. It's so much better than just looking at them. And there are so many. Like, looking at this right now, it reminds me when the malls were hustling and bustling at Christmas and they had them all decked out. I love this place so much. This is probably my favorite Christmas tree setup I have seen in any stores whatsoever so far. Lindor truffles. I could hide them behind the couch. No, seriously, my wife does not make me hide the goodies, but she does try to convince me all the time to get on the Wegovy. Okay, let's just leave that subject alone. We're gonna come back out here. All right, we're gonna look at every inch of this place, but I wanna come over here and check out the Grinch animatronic right here. Check this guy out. He's only $199.99. That is actually a great price for this animatronic right here. He is 6 feet tall. His face is plush. This is not something you'd want to leave outside. You'd want to leave this in your house. Look at the hands here. So awesome. All right, how do we get him? Oh, there's the try me button right here. Let's go ahead and get him going. Please. Yeah. Yes, he plays the music from the show, and it's the actual music. That's why I have to talk over it, because I could get a copyright strike. But you can kind of hear it in the background there, and it is totally awesome. This is actually one of the best Grinch animatronics I've seen. I love this thing. And again, that price, $199.99, that is a great price for this. And this is what I'm talking about, too, when I say that Menards does it right. Look at this. They knew to set him in between green trees with green lights. That looks so cool right there. Excellent job with all of this, Menards. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead over this way a minute. Let's not ignore the little snowman guy down here welcoming us, but look at this gorgeous tree right here. 9-foot pre-lit Grand Empress, and it is flocked. It's a fir. The Grand Empress definitely was the right name for this tree. Look at that thing. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. And look how thick the flocking is on here. That looks like it just came out of a snowstorm. And look at this one right over here. This one is actually called the Snowy Tip Pine Tree, 7.5-foot pre-lit. And look what's going around the top right here. I think you probably have to buy that separately, but let's just hang out here for a second while it comes around again. Santa Claus is coming to town. Look at this. So very cool. I love it. Yeah, it doesn't say anything on there about that being included, so you more than likely have to get that separately. I'll try to find it in here so we can see how much it is. It looks like it's part of the tree topper up there, like it's connected to the star. Man, you can just stand at any corner over here and it looks gorgeous. All right, let's move on down this way. Look at the different textures and colors of these trees. Look at this one here in the middle. It has like different colors of green throughout. That is so cool. All right, let's see. Who in the heck planted this here right now? I guarantee it was some dude who was like, I want these, but I don't have anywhere to hide them from my wife. Okay, let's keep moving here. I'm such a nerd. Here's these trees down here. Look at this. I just love it. I love how you can look at these things from any angle, and they're gorgeous. We got the little Charlie Brown ice skating down here. Why did the lights go out when I zoomed in? That was very weird. And then we have Kris Kringle himself here. Yes, he's an animatronic too. $169.89. He's not moving. I don't know if he's supposed to be, but that's still a good price for that guy. I've seen a lot of animatronics in my days, and anything under like $300 nowadays is a good price. And they are just blowing it away with these prices, $200 and under. Okay, let's move on here. Look at this. They have gumdrops down here. This is something I've never seen. Gumdrops as a decoration, and they light up. You could put those on your actual house and make it look like a big gingerbread house. Look at this. They also have the Mr. Christmas Santa's Magical Telephone. It's a dial phone, and you can actually pick it up and talk to Santa. Hi, Santa. This is Riley. Ho, ho, ho. Good news, Riley. I see your name on the nice list. All right, let's keep moving. We got a bluey blow mold down here. We have Santa climbing the ladder over here. I just love those gumdrops. I love how they have the ribbons on this tree. Sometimes I do this at home with my ribbons. Usually I like twist them around from the top and leave a lot of space between them, but it's these big thick ones. But that looks really cool, just coming down from the top, like cascading down the tree. And look at the topper on this one. It reminds me of a porcupine. We got a bunch of blow molds over here, starting with the nativity scene up here. Oh my gosh, guys, I have a lot of experience with blow molds too, and their prices on their blow molds here are outstanding. Look at this, $99 for the 3-piece set of Joseph, Mary, and baby Jesus. And I gotta come over here to the side to show you baby Jesus. The wise men are $50 each. Now, these are probably made by Empire. They look a little bit different than the vintage Empire blow molds, but those vintage ones cost a lot of money. $200 for that whole set up there. Like, is somebody making a mistake in here? I'm seriously blown away. It's like as soon as they realize they're not charging enough for this stuff, they're gonna run around here and change all the prices. And these are two of the most awesome blow molds I have seen anywhere. I mean, Menards is just blowing it out of the park in every corner in here, guys. Look at this. We have Frosty the Snowman here. Look how good that looks. And then we have the vintage bubble candle over here. Now, the bubble light is $59.99. That does seem a little pricey for this guy, but let me just tell you about this a minute. Back in the day, these were the kind of lights that you'd put on your Christmas tree. It was shaped just like this, and there would actually be a clear chamber here that bubbles would bubble through. It's really cool. If I'm not mistaken, they were made by a company called Noma, and it appears by this picture here that when it lights up, it might even give like that bubble effect, like it looks like bubbles are going up through there. So cool. Now, I will also say that Frosty here, as awesome as he is $69.99. That is kind of pricey for him as well, but man, I gotta say, he is absolutely awesome. We got Stitch, we have Santa, we have Bluey down here, the Grinch, and this Grinch is $44.99. I am so glad I came over here today. I'm having so much fun in here. We have some bigger blow molds over here. These are the wise men that we just looked at. Look at the gigantic Santa right here, $106.79. He is awesome. We got a giant 42-inch snowman over here, 42-inch nutcracker, and 48-inch candles on the end here. And I really love how the red is sparkly. Oh, the white is sparkly too. Yeah, if I turn my flash on, you can see the sparkle as I move up the candle. Oh my gosh, if you guys are having as much fun as I am in here, make sure you give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. Look at these trees. Our candles are not lit up, but you can see over here on top of this shelf, we've got the nutcracker and the snowman and the Santa, and they are all lit up. Look at this. This is pretty unique. Elf Easy Light Feeder. When I first saw this out of the corner of my eye, I thought it was like a bird feeder that was shaped like Santa's hat. But if you look close, you can see the string lights that are being fed up through here, and there's a pole on there. And this is how you do it. You actually hold the pole up there, and then you can walk around the tree encircling it, and it'll put the lights on there. It'll feed it straight through the thing that looks like Santa's hat. Okay, these aisles here are all Christmas lights. Not going to spend a lot of time looking at those. We can kind of get a view of them up here. But I do want to show you these awesome snowflakes down here, the neon snowflakes. Check those out. The lights are kind of fading in and out. We got white and blue. One more look at the trees over here from this angle as we go down this way. Oh my gosh, I just love all this in here right now. Huge selection of bows in this aisle. Okay, here we go. I was looking at these in a different store recently. I don't remember which one it was, and I didn't quite understand what they were. Maybe it was Big Lots. They had the gingerbread man, and they had the Christmas tree, but now I get it. They're supposed to be giant cookie cutters. These are pretty awesome, and I'll tell you what, I am honestly so tempted to buy a couple of these and make some cookies with them. Giant 22-inch sugar cookies. Comment below if you want to see me do that. I mean, even at 22 inches, they look like one at a time might fit in the oven. I would just have to find a tray big enough. I know, I'm nuts. Let's move on. Look at this stuff over here. I love how this looks. This is not the kind of stuff that I would get for my front yard. You'd probably heard me say that before, but I do think it is awesome. We got a tree over here, and I love how it almost looks like ribbon candy. Some reindeer up here, some gifts, a bow in the background. And look at this big gold snowman. I thought it was like a gingerbread man at first, but it's a snowman. And then the lamppost behind it, I really, really like that. Oh my gosh, how cool is this? Solar stake lights, and they are candy cane lights. That is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. And look at these. Same thing, they're solar, only they have the candy cane and Santa climbing the candy cane. Okay, let's move on to this section over here. We have some more reindeer, and I absolutely love the contrast between the white and the red. I think that is so awesome. We got Santa's sleigh here, another big snowflake in the back there, a little polar bear here. Look, we have an owl by the gifts over here. Look at that guy. Whoo! And then we have this sparkly white tree up there. I love that. Now this stuff down here, this prism stuff, iridescent doe, and an iridescent deer up there. I think this stuff is really cool, but again, it's not something that I would actually get and put in my yard. It does look excellent, though, for like a walk or a drive-through Christmas display. Okay, behind me here we have wreaths, we have garlands over here, more wreaths in this aisle over here, more garlands over here, and bells over on this side. I'm trying to make sure I look in all these little cracks and crevices, because there's just so much cool stuff to show you guys. Here's some mini blow molds here, and again we have these little lights here. Now, okay, I'm going to zoom in on this for a second. You guys can scan that and see these lights in action and see if they actually end up looking like there's bubbles going up and down there. Christmas night lights. We have a snowman, a tree, Santa. Wait a minute, what is this? Sing Along Santa, and he's playing a piano. All right, we gotta hear this. Oh, please, come on. Maybe this one back here will be ready to go, please. Dang. I don't even see, like sometimes there's a tab that you have to pull so that the battery can make a connection. And I'm not one to pull those tabs, but you can see that his head more than likely moves back and forth. You can see his face in the mirror back there where it says Merry Christmas, and he plays the piano. It actually includes sheet music if you want to play them yourself. Lights and sounds of Christmas, so that looks like it's a projector that plays music. And then we have the animated kicking legs here. Let's see if this one will work. Yes, look at that. You stick that in your tree. Mr. Christmas Very Merry Carousel down there. Oh, here's the gumdrop pathway lights. Look at this. There's 5 of them in there, and that is $49.99 for those. Those are so awesome. And then there's more over here on this end cap. Look at this. We have Santa's marching band. Try me. Oh, there we go. That is very cool right there. What is this? This is an animated tree topper. Oh, okay. This is the one with the Santa in his sleigh. You can't see through this plastic, but the one that we looked at over there where the Santa in his sleigh circles the top of the tree. It's connected to that star right there. Nostalgic record player. See if... Yeah. Very cool. Same thing with a jukebox right there, and then a little boom box down here. That's funny. Santa's enchanted mailbox, but look at this beside them. Giant lights. Oversized outdoor light strand in the shape of the lights that you put on your Christmas tree. That is very cool. Those are $34.43, and it looks like... it's 10 feet long. It looks like it comes with 5 lights. I don't think there's any more behind those. But it shows in the picture here you can put it on your doorway there. Wait a minute. We have a try me button. Oh, look at that. That is so cool. I would love to string those along my entire house. Oh my gosh, guys. All right, we are back over here at this end, at the entrance. I think we've seen just about everything in there. That was fun. Man, this is gonna be one long, fun video, guys. And I said that I would do this stuff up here, so let's go ahead and look at this aisle here, because this aisle has a lot of cool stuff in it. And a lot of it has try me buttons. So let's get our Snoopy going. He's playing music from the Peanuts, and his shirt says Joe Cool. We got the Red Baron Snoopy behind him. My sister would absolutely love this one. Look at that. Oh, yes. That is so cool right there. The propeller has words on it. I don't think you can do it with this one, but some of these you can actually program to say whatever you want it to say on those fans or propellers, whatever you want to call it. Let's put this guy back where he belongs. Oh man, there's so much. Snow globes. Let's do this one. Yeah, look at that. I love the ones that make it look like they're snowing automatically. Very cool. I love those. Here's some small ones. This doesn't have any snow in it, but it does light up. We got Stitch over here. Dancing Stitch. Now, I'm probably not going to hit the button on every single one of these that we see, because a lot of them just do the same thing. Like, here's a Snoopy. See if we can get him. Oh, there we go. Yeah, a lot of them do the same thing. They dance, they play Christmas music, and this is what they do. But I do want to show you everybody that they have. We got Woodstock here. That is cool. I've never seen one of those before. Meaning a plush dancing Woodstock. We have the Charlie Brown Christmas tree here. Stitch is a big thing this Christmas because of the new Lilo and Stitch movie. Here's Lilo. Look at this Grinch right here. What the heck? He's holding a snow globe, kind of. Look at that. That is awesome. I don't know what the purpose is of the spinning snow in there, but it's cool looking. Oh, okay. That's one of those LED lights too. Very cool. Lots of different Grinch stuff over here. Look at this little Grinch here. What the heck? He's like a head popper. That is too funny. Skiing Grinch down here. Yeah. And then, let's see, we have the Grinch with the Christmas tree and Cindy Lou Who. Oh, we got Max on top of the Christmas tree as well. Try me. That is cool. The Christmas tree is moving. Grinch and Stitch stockings here. And look at this awesome Grinch welcome sign under here. That looks so cool. I'm watching the Grinch when I get home. Mickey and Minnie down here. We got the Minions. We have Bluey over here. The Grinch playing a... I don't even remember what that thing is called. I almost called it a saxophone. Trombone, that's what it is. That is pretty cool. Rudolph over here. I know, I said I wasn't going to push all the buttons, and here I am pushing all the buttons. We got Santa. They're just too fun. What in the world is going on with this guy? Okay, is he going to dance? There you go. That's totally the song I expected to be playing. Is this a Christmas capybara? What in the world? Rodents of unusual size from The Princess Bride. Snowboarding snowman. I think we saw him in another one. And then we have this other snowman over here. Let's see what he does. Oh my gosh, these are all so cool. Of course, we have Elf peeking out back here. I can't let him get away. Oh my gosh. I know him. I love it. Elf is so awesome. Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad. All right, we have some Rudolphs down here, a moose or whatever this guy is. There's our elf down there. Oh my gosh, is that like I think that's a Christmas goose right there. A Christmas goose! What possibly could a Christmas goose do when you push its button? I guess we'll never know. Alright, I gotta try this one. It's a pupster, and his shirt says Gangsta Rapper. Where's the button? No. Oh my gosh. Oh, and then we have these little fellows down here, an elf and a little reindeer. And he's not working either. Alright guys, oh my gosh, I don't even know how long I've been in this store looking at this stuff. Quick look over here at these stockings before we go. Because stockings are always fun. I love the designs. I like this one right here with the Santa face, but I really like this one here with the buffalo plaid and the snowflakes. That is probably my favorite out of all of these.